As leaders, we often fall into a trap of thinking we can use the same approach for every employee conversation. This is the third rail of leadership. Hey everyone, it's Anthony Onesto, and this is my Burn the Box drop for this week, the hidden pitfalls of leadership, one size fits all. A lot of leaders will look at an employee situation and do the same exact thing, approach it in the same exact way. And the idea that a single coaching framework will magically work for all your employees makes zero sense. So what you really, to be a truly effective leader who drives engagement, boosts productivity, and drives stellar business results, because at the end of the day, that's what we're trying to get to, right? The business results. You need to meet your employees where they are. And listen, I'm not suggesting you coddle them, not at all, but I'm talking about understanding their unique position and challenges and tailoring your coaching approach accordingly. So let's look at the numbers. Organizations with high leadership maturity levels outperform those with low maturity levels by 37% higher revenue per employee and 9% higher gross profit margin. Companies with extraordinary leaders, top 10%, achieve nearly 4.5 million in gains compared to 2.4 for average leaders, and losses. Companies investing in leadership development see 218% higher income per employee and 24% higher profit margins. Folks, the data is here. The idea of doing and having great leadership has business results. In fact, here at Suzy, we're putting this into practice. We are big fans of Britt Andreatta's Brainaware framework. Britt Andreatta was a former CLO over at lynda.com, bought by LinkedIn. She was the CLO of LinkedIn.com, LinkedIn, and then eventually moved out into her own thing. And she has discovered a neuroscience-based leadership framework called Brainaware. And what's fascinating about this approach is it marries both leadership frameworks and neuroscience. So how do we apply this in the real world? She talks about assessing your people. It's a brilliant metaphor where she uses a tree and really think about the different elements of the tree around your employee's purpose. Where are they in terms of their skills, their output? How much are they outputting, the fruits of the labor? And then what is their work style and mindset? There are a ton of different solutions out there where you can determine someone's mindset, and there are personality tests. I am a fan of the Ambassador Index, which gives you a preference, not a personality. But really understanding every employee around purpose, skills, output, and work style and mindset starts off a great way to really understand where your employee is. And once you have this in mind, now you can start asking questions. Are they a newbie or recently promoted? Are they just starting on this journey in terms of learning what they're supposed to be doing? Are they experienced but still learning the ropes of the company? Are they a high performer who maybe needs problem solving support, or are they both high performer and a master of their craft and they're just ready for complete autonomy? And the way and the position that these employees are in within your company, within their careers, is super important for how you then coach those employees and the different things that you can do. And you can see different levels of autonomy. If you have someone that's high performing and high experienced, you're going to want to give them a lot of autonomy. And Britt has a whole methodology, 1 to 8 levels of autonomy, 1 being very little autonomy, if no autonomy, and then 8 being the highest level of autonomy. All right, so how does this play out in the real world? Here's an example or a scenario. You have a talented marketing manager. Let's call her Sarah. Sarah's crushing it in content creation, but struggling with the new marketing automation tool that you just deployed. Your initial instinct as a leader was to give her the same autonomy, the same coaching in both areas, but that would be a mistake. Instead, you provide hands-off support for her content work while offering more guidance and training for the automation stuff. The result is Sarah gets quickly up to speed with the new tool without feeling micromanaged in her expertise. Now, as leaders, because we don't have these frameworks, we're likely to apply the same coaching and guidance to both of those situations. This tailored approach isn't about making your employees feel good, although, of course, that's a great bonus. It's about driving real business results. When you coach effectively, you develop skills, cultivate engagement, boost productivity, and improve both your top and bottom lines. But it's not easy, folks. Let's be real. It takes time, effort, and a willingness to really get to know your team members. And what you need to do is take a hard look at how you're coaching your team. Are you using the same approach to everyone? Is it the same? Is it the same situation based on every employee? should you be really looking at where is that employee in terms of their skill sets? Where is their engagement? Start by looking at your team and assessing and getting to know your teams by assessing your team. That's the first. And understand their strengths, their challenges, and their engagement levels. Okay, so once you figure out and you assess your employees, there are going to be two types of coaching you're going to provide depending on where they are. First is skills coaching, and the second is clarity coaching. And each one of these coaching is specific to where your employee sits around their skill set, their engagement, where they are in terms of performance within your organization. So that's my quick drop for this week. It's all about the hidden pitfall of leadership. This one size fits all approach does not work for your employees. You got to assess your team and get to know them. We'll see you next time.